Hey everyone, it's Lightning Hikaru, and today we're going to start our new series about my Dungeons & Dragons campaign. And bear with me with the microphone. Unfortunately, this is the only microphone I have, but until I can afford a actual good one, so yeah, this is way better quality than my laptop. So yeah. Okay. And let's get on to the show. So, to start off our brand new series, I haven't actually thought about what to call this series yet, but I guess for now we'll start with the beginning of Danger Zone. Sparkly fingers. Because sparkly fingers. Okay, I totally look like I'm dabbing. I'm sorry, I was not dabbing. That was not a dab. I apologize. So, Danger Zone was my first D&D campaign. And we will start with the backstory of my character. Her name is Aaliyah Naldir. She is She's a moon elf who lived in a city of sun elves called the Golden City. Also, its politically correct name was the City of Idlin, at a college of magic. And she went there because her parents were like, "We're not good with magic. Here you go." And yeah. So she spent the majority of her childhood and the beginning of her adulthood at the school. When she graduated, she decided to stay there because she didn't really get along with her parents very well because they were bards. She was academically inclined, so they didn't really see eye to eye, and she really didn't like them for being like, "Oh, she does magic, here you go," pretty much throwing her to a doorstep, which is nice. So when she had graduated and started researching on her own, long story short, elves don't sleep. They don't sleep at all. They meditate for a few hours, and that's how they get the same amount of energy that humans get from sleeping 8 hours. So not all humans need 8 hours to sleep. Which is half of the reason why I chose to be an elf, because I don't need 8 hours of sleep. I wish I could get 8 hours of sleep, but insomnia stops that. Anyway, I am rambling. I do that a lot. I apologize. That'll happen a lot in this video, because it's my first video. I mean, you get it. So, she liked to dream. Some elves have the ability to teach themselves to put them in a dreamlike state, like REM sleep, but they're only meditating. So she had learned how to do that She learned how to do that pretty early. And one day she was sleeping, and a dream led her to the bottom of the school where there's a cellar, and she finds a secret compartment. Ooh. I know, cliche, right? It's my first D&D character. Sue me. She goes, curiosity, killing the cat. She goes down to this secret pathway that led down a set of stairs into a singular room, which is covered from top to bottom with a bunch of carved runes of warding. And in the middle is a pedestal with a leather-bound book and then a symbol. And she recognized that symbol right away as the holy symbol of Frey. I forgot to mention that our D&D campaigns have been focused on Norse mythology. So, Frey, god of sun, fertility, life. In our campaign, we used Frey as it says in the player's handbook, which I have right here. In the player's handbook, it explains that for D&D purposes, Frey makes a good job. Frey makes a good job. Kill me. Okay. Frey does a good job as a life domain cleric, and I wanted to be a life domain cleric as my first D&D character, because I like to play the healer. So that's the context behind that. We'll just leave that there, because I'll just randomly grab it at random times, because it is life. I mean, I've got Xanathar's Guide over here too, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, I'm okay. So, after she finds these two things, she gets a vision of Frey explaining to her that that book that she has found is the Book of Surt. And in the lore of Ragnarok, Surt is one of the signs of the beginning of Ragnarok. Surt is also the one who Surt and Frey during Ragnarok are the ones who destroy each other. So we tried to really keep the accuracy, not complete accuracy obviously because we're playing a fictional game, but we tried to stay close to the actual mythology of Norse, which I enjoyed because I did a lot of research on Frey. I was very intrigued by Norse mythology, not in a religious standpoint, but as in a trying to make sure as being a cleric in game, I knew what I was talking about, so that I had kind of context to the character. And I'm rambling again. I wish I did I should have done this live, because then I could have had people like telling me on chat, you're straying off topic, because it's like, yeah, I do that. Alright. Backtrack. So, Frey explains to my character, which I don't think I named. I don't think I told you her name. Her name is Aaliyah Noldir. And he explained to Aaliyah that she is his chosen, and that it is her job to find a way to either destroy or she must protect this book, because someone in the college is already looking for it and she needs to escape immediately. So, you know, like most characters, oh yeah, I'm gonna believe the disembodied voice that's talking in the back of my ears. Grab the book and holy symbol and run away. Which is exactly what she did. She also stole some armor and a weapon, because it's like, I shouldn't leave without a weapon. I'm not that good with arcane magic. Surprise, it's because you're a healer, not an arcane caster. So yeah, she runs away. We fight to run away. I'm going to make quotes of movies. I'm going to make random quotes that you're not going to understand. I'm going to do all these things. Don't judge me. Okay, judge me. But judge me critically. I did it again. I'm sorry. I'm trying here. I'm going to do this, I've already done this 12 times, trying to get all of this to not look like it's a piece of garbage, but being a beginning YouTuber is kind of hard. Now my headphones are crooked. Anyway, she leaves the city of Ivlin, running through the forest, heading north, west? I don't know anymore. I lost my map. I made a map. I'll explain that later. But she gets to the city of Wolfpine, which is known for its slave trade and gladiator ring. Which, obviously, she didn't really know about because she was in an elven city and they didn't really coerce? They didn't deal that much with that city because, obviously, slavers. It's bad. So, to avoid the slavers, she followed this dude named Richard, who is the tailor of the town, to a house that offers its spare room to travelers so that they have a place to sleep without having to worry. I shook earthquake! Sorry. Oh, what am I doing? I don't even know anymore. I've lost my train of thought. Oh. So that she could avoid the inns, because that's where a lot of the, like, potential, like, slavers, like, find their prey. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Okay, I'm done. So, as they're getting to this safe haven for the night so that she can rest and then be on her merry way, they pass a gruesome, terrifying sight that no one in their life should ever see. The gladiator's graveyard. She saw body after body of torn corpses, decapitated heads, chests ripped open, arms torn off, just... It's not a pretty sight. It's really not. I can't even describe to you how gruesome it looks in my brain. Just think of the most gruesome, like, scene of a graveyard of gladiators, and that's probably what it was like. And, you know, that was terrifying. That was traumatic for her. That was awful. But right as they got to the end of the pile of dead bodies, she notices one that stood out from the rest because it was massive, because it was the body of a Goliath. Huge Goliath. If you don't know what a Goliath is, it is pretty much a part giant humanoid, and they're real big dudes and dudettes who can crush your face with their hand. So don't mess with them. They're pretty much like a half-orc. Like, you know how big a half-orc is? It's like that, but like gray skin. And the men are usually bald and have like fogged over eyes. It's kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. But this body stood out to her because something was just drawing her towards this seeming dead body. But in the back of her mind, she could hear Frey again saying, "He's not dead, and you can save him." And that was the first time she healed somebody. She healed the giant wound that was on his chest, which was his fatal wound. And she used such potent magic that she actually left scars on his shoulders of her handprints. So think of Castiel and Dean from Supernatural, where he pulled him up from perdition. It's like that, with the hands. But it was just because she was like, "I heal you. And I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to put all of my radiant energy into it and accidentally burn you at the same time, but then also heal set burns, causing them to scar," and I'm sorry. Not sorry, because it made your character kind of more cool looking. And after she healed him, he wakes up and asks her, "Are you here to bring me to Valhalla?" This Goliath had thought, waking up, thinking he was still dead, that this woman in front of her was a Valkyrie. Yeah, after that point, oh god, I keep rambling. But after this point, she goes and they help him to the secret place because he's assumed dead. And they find out, well, she finds out, everyone else in town knows him because he's one of the most infamous gladiators in the ring, named Thorax the Impaler. She instantly just thought that was a terrible name, and so she just called him Thor, because it's like, no, I'm not calling you the Impaler, that makes me uncomfortable. because I'm like a little elf girl who looks like she's 12 because genetics, and she was short. Not as short as our other elf in the party. I don't know why our elves just keep getting smaller. Another story for another time. Oh, where was I going? Where was I? Thorax. Yes, Thor. She calls him Thor. He calls her Val. Short for Valkyrie, because he is convinced without a shadow of a doubt that she is a Valkyrie. But she brushes that aside, continues to tell him that her name is Aaliyah, and she's about to leave town when he says, I'm coming with you. You saved my life, and my life here is ended, so my life belongs to you. Of course, she didn't know what to do with that, but she wasn't going to tell this giant man no, he could eat her. Not that she would actually think that he would eat her. I thought he could eat her. You get it. He big, she small. Pretty much like Pike and Grog from Critical Role. Half of where we got our inspiration, but not as adorable as them. So they start their journey together, and she explains to him the importance of the book that she is carrying, and that they must find a way to destroy it. And they make their way to a lovely town called Olivia, or as I like to call it, Crazy Town. And guess what, everybody? You'll find out why that was named that in our next video. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw or have any critiques or questions, please like and subscribe to here. I also have a Twitch account, a Twitter account. My cosplay group has a Facebook and a DeviantArt. We're all over the place trying to get my name out there. But yes, please like, follow, and subscribe so that I can keep doing this, because I want everyone to know how much I enjoy Dungeons & Dragons. Also, comment if you don't want to say anything about my critique. Let me know about your D&D campaign. I would love to hear about it. So, thanks for watching, and have a light-filled day.